Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone out there on the virtual world. And today do I have a good surprise to you. A very, a very humble YouTuber that I know myself and I've watched for years. RCLman is joining us on the show today. Hello. And can I just say,
Hello.
congratulations on reaching 11.3k subscribers. I checked that earlier on. Big milestone.
Thanks, sir.
Absolutely big
Appreciate it.
milestone. How did it
Like,
feel skyrocketing and gaining all these subscribers and perks along with the creator code?
um, that's awesome. Like I was saying earlier, the creator code thing's awesome. This skyrocketing, no, that's a that's not a term I'd use. It's been a grind. It's been a long time. So and I still consider myself like a small fish, like when it comes to like YouTube stuff. When we look at all the other people that are in like the video partner program and stuff, I still feel that way. I understand the other people. It's like if you're just starting out, you probably feel just like I did, where it's like it's such a huge mountain to climb. But I don't know. I still feel like I see the mountain. Like I still feel like I climbed the mountain. You know what I mean? Like I'm not up there yet. You know what I'm saying?
Before we go ahead any further, I just want to thank Purple Crowbar Industries for sponsoring today's video. Purple Crowbar Industries is a very amazing and talented rec room build group who makes maps that you may have played yourself, including Cards Against Humanity and the current featured room, PCI Factory. The good thing about Purple Crowbar Industries is they base their rooms around a whole storyline and sort of lore type of thing, so you don't really have to worry about understanding or figuring out what is this map about, what's it based off of, because everything sort of follows in the same line and also links together, which is something I quite appreciate. It turns Rec Room into a whole different game, which is game-changing for the community, and hopefully people fall in suit. Another good map that they have made is Cards Against Humanity, which is a apocalyptic type game where you try and find the funniest card, and the funniest card wins. I personally take new Rec Room players into this map for a game that doesn't require that much effort, but is also good for having a laugh and having a bit of a banter. So if you would like to check out the maps that Purple Crowbar Industries make, the RecNet link to their club is down below, along with their Discord server where you can get updates on future maps and also what may be coming soon. I can't spoil, but there's pretty good maps coming out. So go ahead and check that out. And once again, thank you to Purple Crowbar for sponsoring today's video. And just for good old time's sake, so to say, I went through your channel the other day and I saw
Oh man,
your most famous video, the video that I first watched whenever I first started Rec Room, how to enable fly in your dorm room. And that has grown to be one of your most popular videos, reaching probably over, I think, 150,000 views. I'm probably way over that at the minute.
I
How
I
did
don't
you,
know the
like,
number.
like that's such a big video and it's just blown up. Like,
uh,
it's incredible.
it's a good video. It's just like I know that it's. I mean, it's wrong now. It's out of date now. I know that. And waiting. And I made updates to it. Like I have updated versions, but it still gets views, and I'm kind of like, well, that's a good thing, right? I'm getting views, right? That's what you want for being on YouTube. But then I'm also like, but it's not like right because it's the old way that you used to do flying. It's and the old menus and stuff. So I'm kind of like, it's good and it's and it's and it's bad. But then again, there's also links in there to go to the updated version. So
Yeah.
um, if only you had looked through about a month ago, I privated like everything that wasn't Rec Room. So well, not everything, but almost everything.
I think if I recall, that episode being recorded on PSVR. What was that jump like going from PSVR to PC VR?
Amazing. Oh, it makes a huge difference. It's not even just not even the main reason I wanted PCVR. It wasn't even for graphics quality or anything like that. It was just for the streamer camera. Like the streamer camera was just like I saw it and I wanted it and I wanted to use it. And I was lucky enough. There was like a 2 day period or something where Rec Room was able to do streamer camera on PlayStation VR. I mean, it was literally like 2 days, and during those 2 days, I got to like play around with it and try it. And then I guess Sony said like, no, you can't have it, or whatever happened in that situation. I don't know. So then I couldn't get it again until I had PC, and like it just makes such a difference to have like those out like the camera angles that are outside and that aren't a POV that's like shaky. Like it makes a
Yeah.
huge difference. And all the other editing things you can do with it not having to be on PSVR and stuff like that.
Yeah. And for those that
Yeah.
don't know, RCLman mainly focuses on circuit tutorials and a lot of stuff which I personally don't understand. I've been playing Rec Room for about 2 years. I still can't wrap my head around circuits. I can't even make a light
Ah,
switch.
that's why you
But
watch the video. No, okay.
exactly, yeah. So that's how I learned to make a watch. That's how I learned to make a light switch. But that jump from
There we go.
CV1 to CV2, is it yay or nay?
Oh man, now it's a yay. At the time though, I was like, I just figured out and I just started kind of understanding like what I can do and how I can work YouTube and do the circuits be one thing. And then they're like, hey, CV2's in beta, and I'm like, what is CV2? Like I don't even.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, at the time I was worried and like, oh, I don't know how am I gonna learn this whole brand new thing. But then I mean, I just sat down and learned it and I don't know. I just now it's great. Now it's like there's so much more you can do. There's so many more topics to cover and things that you can do, and I feel like it's almost a little bit more easy to explain. I guess I want to say CV1 is kind of like all numbers. I don't know how to. It's like all numbers, whereas maybe CV2 has more like data. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but ultimately good. At first, worrying.
Would you prefer Rec Room to release better chips and more chips for CV1, or do you think currently CV2 is better overall?
Just keep improving CV2. CV2 is just leave it. They're improving it now. They keep adding in stuff that I'm like, what? Like, I don't know if you know about in the last update in beta, they have like a thing that tells you what chip is causing the error now, and like
I did see
that's
that.
that's like such a yeah. I thought about doing a thing where it was like I'm going to explain what these errors mean, but then now it's kind of like, well, now the chips just highlighted, so you know which one's good. So
Yeah. And like you said, you had to relearn CV2. Where did this whole knowledge of circuits come from?
how long of a
The
story do you
mastery
want?
of circuits. As long as you feel.
Okay. So I have a whole thing on this, but with CV1, so, first time I played Rec Room, I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't care for it, and then like 3 months later, I tried Rec Room again. And when I went in, I messed around with circuits. I don't even know how I discovered it or what. Something had to be shown to me of like showing circuits or something. But I went into like a custom room and I just kind of messed around with circuits and I enjoyed them and I wanted to learn them a little bit more. And so then I went onto a website called fandom.com and they have this whole like circuits, rec room circuits like thing. And they've got a bunch of diagrams, stuff you can make. And so I made a new template and I went in there and I just went through that web page and made every single, not every single, but most of the things I just made them. And that's how I learned that. And then when CV2 came out, um, I was on Rec Room Discord, and when CV2 was first coming out, like the people were kind of on there posting pictures. There was one guy named Yos. He actually died. Um, he he had post like he would make something and then we'd post a picture on the CV2 or Discord at the time, and I would look at it and I'd go in Rec Room and recreate it and kind of learn it that way. Um, Everything else is just kind of by exploring, or somebody will be like, "Hey, I have a thing. Can I show it to you?" And I'll learn that way. Mostly, it's
Yeah.
just the kind of self-exploring, just kind of being like, "Whoa, new chip. What does this do? Oh, okay, I get it. Okay."
And also apart from the roll chip and stuff like that, do you still find yourself using CV1 or is it mainly CV2 that you use now?
CV1 pretty much only look at Gizmo and animation. Um, but also like I understand like for other people, I feel like they maybe use it a little bit more. But for me, those are the two that I think I use the most.
Yeah.
Oh
I
well,
also
yeah, no, that's animation. Trigger volume. Yeah. Go
Oh
ahead.
yes,
Sorry.
I do. I prefer the CV1 trigger volume over the CV2. There's just too many options on CV2.
There are a lot of options on TV too.
I saw a while back, whenever Retcon was out, Retcon 3, that you had your own presentation in
hmm
Retcon. How did you go about landing yourself an actual presentation event?
On the video partner Discord, they were like, "Does anybody want to do a thing?" And
Oh really?
and like they asked everybody, they asked it in a better way than I just asked it. But they were like, hey, are any of you video partners, are you interested in doing panels at Recon? And then a bunch of us responded yes, and that's just kind of what happened. I don't know. I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. And then later on, Mama Monkey messaged me and was like, did you still want to do, or did you, I think this was like, they asked us like early, you know what I mean? And so then like closer to the day, it was like, did you still want to do the thing? And I'm like, oh yeah, I did kind of, okay, yeah, we could do a thing. And I was just like, I've never really done an event before. So that was kind of the first time I'd ever done one.
I was also looking through to see what merch store you had. And do you ever
Oh man.
plan making a do you ever plan making a wider variety of merch down the line?
Uh, yes, yeah, I want to. I'm kind of struggling with this. I don't know if you call it identity problem or whatever, but it's like, YouTubers in a way you end up, selling things, right? Like that's kind of like what you're, so kind of that's what you end up doing is selling things, and I don't want to be a salesperson really. I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't want to. That was one thing I hated to do whenever I was doing like my normal job. It's just like, I'm gonna sell you this coffee mug. It's the greatest coffee mug. It's dishwasher safe. I don't know. I just so I want to do that, and I actually do. I have an idea for something merch wise that I think people will like. I don't know how well it would do. Like if I make this thing, then I'm gonna probably make a whole video about it. But um, I do plan on doing that. I just don't know how to sell, man. I'm not a salesman. You know what I mean? So I suppose I need better designs. Those are old. Those are old designs. They just let
Yeah.
me get like store access, like right there under the YouTube video. So like I haven't had that until probably the last like 2 or 3 months. You know what I mean? So I've just kind of been like, meh, we'll just, whatever. And then but now I do kind of feel like if that's out there, I should do a little bit more with it. But I just it's a whole thing that I should learn to do. But like I said, I'm just not good at selling stuff.
Yeah. And obviously, the content on your channel is mainly Rec Room based. Is there any
Mhm.
plans to expand that to more so VR games such as maybe Boomworks or Half-Life Alyx or anything other? Is there any plans to sort of expand that outside of Rec Room?
I'd love to. I don't know. I don't know if you. I don't know how to do that. I guess I don't know the correct way to do that. There's a way to do it, and I don't quite know what that way is. Um, I've been doing YouTube for a long time, and only within the past couple of years have I been doing Rec Room stuff. So all those other 5+ years and stuff, that's all it was. It was other games. It was I don't know, any free Steam game I could get a hold of. It was any sort of just anything that I could get a hold of. I would do like a let's play in it, face cam and
Yeah.
all. And I forgot what my original point was.
You're good. You're good.
So they, what was that's so bad. Like I'm just rambling and then I just forget. Okay.
It's so annoying. I hate it when that happens. I've had a couple of times. I done an interview with my good buddy Eugene's beforehand, and it was just
Mhm.
me trying to ask a question, but I forgot what the question was. So we just sort of sat there in awkward silence until
In
I
an awkward
remembered.
silence. You gotta love that awkward silence.
Oh, it's a killer. It's a killer.
Oh, the question. Okay, your question was, what about going outside of Rec Room? Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
love to do that. I don't know. I just don't know how to make. I don't believe that the content I would make of that would be good. I guess at this point, because I did it. I feel like I did it for such a long time, and it didn't work. And the only time it did work was when Rec Room and circuits and stuff. So I kind of feel like if I go backwards, it might hurt the channel. But then again, it's also bigger, so it might do well. I don't know. I guess I should take a
yeah,
gamble one day and try it.
maybe.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about before with the whole partner creator thing. We were talking beforehand. You were saying how that was a massive game changer. What was the initial thoughts whenever whenever Rec Room originally announced that this was happening?
Well, when I first found out about it, it was in some announcement video. I want to say it was either Bethia or Terra. I'm not sure. One of them made like an announcement video about it, and I was just like, I want one. I want one. Like, where, 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 how? And of course, they're like, you can apply here and everything. And so I did like immediately. I was like, we got to do this. At the time, I don't think I was over the amount that you needed, but eventually it did happen. Yeah, I loved it. I was like, that's awesome. Another uh, opportunity to kind of hopefully make this my job one day. Like that's the whole goal at this point.
That someone actually commissioned a question for this interview.
Commission.
Yeah, well, not so much commission, but submitted a question. He wanted
Okay.
to ask a question. His
It was
name
like
is
they
at
paid you
Dark
for that.
Blaze
They pay
YT.
you for a question. What?
I don't know how to phrase things. I use wrong words
I got you.
sometimes.
No, I got
His at name is at Dark Blaze YT. Shameless plug. He asks when you will make a Ignited Freddy tutorial, which I
you.
think you
Oh
might have already
man.
done.
Um, I feel like all the individual parts are there. Um, I just haven't like done that. That's one that's been on the radar for a long time. It's been on the list for a long time. It's just there's like there's a thing that people want which is similar to that, and like I've kind of sort of made it, and I've had it made for a long time, but it's just kind of like getting all that, like taking all of that and condensing it down into a like a tutorial. That's difficult.
Yeah.
Granted, I could have been more on the ball about it, but when is it coming? I don't know. I don't know.
Is that a question that's
Hopefully,
frequently asked?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that question in particular. It's more of like if somebody wants a boss, they say, "Can you make a tutorial on how to make a boss?" Right? And then I can go, "Well, what does a boss mean to you? Do you mean it's something that follows you around and you have to shoot it 3 times to kill it, or do you mean something that you have to, you know, make the building collapse on it?" Just everybody's definition of like a boss is different. So there's a lot of questions that are basically that, but they're not asked in that way and asking for a bunch of different features. And I guess my difficulty is condensing all that down and putting it in one solid package. But then again, you can't please everybody. So
Yeah.
eventually it'll get done. All right. Okay. Eventually.
Another question came in from, he wanted to say anonymous though, for some reason. He asks, do you ever think you will get a Rec Room AMA?
Let's hope. I asked for
How does
so
that work, by the way? Because I've always wondered what other ones getting their AMA. Is it like Rec Room reaches you, or the other way around?
I honestly don't know. I kind of asked about it, and then somebody said contact this person, and then I did, and then it's just kind of been up in the air. So well, I don't know. I kind of don't like everybody else who's had an AMA. They're like they've got way more. Like I was saying earlier, I still feel like the small fish. So I'm kind of like, am I really at a level where if an AMA happened, would it be a draw in a way? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And our last question for today, if there was one CV2 chip or CV1 chip that you wanted Rec Room to add in, if you proposed the idea right now, and they said, let's do it, what would that be?
Oh man, that's a hard question. You can't just hit me with that one. I don't. I don't. Oh man, what chip?
It's a really tricky question. There's so
It's a
much
tricky
that
question
everyone
for me.
wants.
Like no, because like I have answers in my head, but if I say those answers, they'll make my videos obsolete. So I'm like, uh, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
I guess I would say a new animation thing. Like if they could just
That would be
get that one.
good. That would be
That,
good. Rec Room, if you're watching, if where's the camera? There you are. If
you
you're
know,
watching,
where
listen,
you don't
add
have to take your time.
it. Well, yeah, obviously take your time, but come on, please, please, we need the animation chip, please.
I mean, I know there's a lot of people who would enjoy that, so I think it would be helpful for.
But I feel as if with CV2 and all, because obviously whenever Rec Room releases or refurbished, sort of in a way, a
Mhm.
CV1 chip and a CV2, they take that initial chip and then you add a whole bunch of stuff, and then pass it on. Like they add a whole bunch of like new things and new features that wasn't in the CV1 version. I think I've saw
Hmm.
that on ones, or maybe I'm just being a complete fool right now.
I don't know.
But I feel as if they might do that with the animation chip, and they might make the other things a lot easier or a lot harder, but better.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
would
I
be
could
quite
imagine
good.
some sort of animation. You think if they do that, it's going to be like a little, like it's going to look similar to the other ones, like it's going to be a little thing with a thing.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, Rec Room have like changed the initial design ideas with, I mean, the rotator looks completely different. The piston looks completely different. They have
Mm.
like switched around that. So to be honest, I'm actually kind of intrigued to see what they'll do with the new look of the animation chip.
There is
It'd be
one
quite
thing I
cool to
want
see.
Rec Room to do,
Oh,
like, but it's not a chip
yeah.
thing.
All
I
right.
just
Right.
I need to be look. I need to be able to like uncorner myself from rooms, okay? Because like I have a bunch of rooms that I don't want to like really have, but I can't uncorner myself from them. I'm just like, like, that's what I need.
Well, thank you, RCLman.
That's just well. Thank you for having me on, man. This is like I said, this is
Yes, thank you for
profesh.
coming.
Look at all this. Look at this set. It looks great. You've even got coffee stains on your
Yeah,
thing.
that was a nice touch by, well, initial design by Penguin,
And
but
this
the
man in the
sketch is not
back
by me.
running everything. Dude, this is awesome. Like I'm saying, you guys can't see back there, but it's profesh, man. There's like a board, there's a thing we can see stuff. It's great. Breaking the fourth wall.
Well, thank you so much for joining. And if you
Oh, no
guys
problem.
want to
Thanks for having
see,
me on.
no worries. If you guys want to see a, don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh.
What happened?
Dad, don't
You're
you even
risking
think
it.
about it.
You're
Don't you
risking
even
it,
think
though.
about it. I can't even fire him because I don't even have a streamer cam. The system is rigged. Anyways, that's it for me. Once again, RCLman, thank you so much for joining and thank you so much for being on the show. And I'll see you
Thank you.
guys in the next episode. Take care.
Like and subscribe.